Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel at NDN TV Nigeria. Click on the subscribe button and be the first to get notifications.
The long-standing debate on restructuring has again reverberated across the polity, following President Muhammadu Buhari's recent declaration that there was nothing to restructure in the Nigerian Federation. Correspondent Tekena Amifori reports that while some individuals and groups share President Buhari's sentiments on the state of the nation, the majority of Nigerians, including representatives of diverse ethnic nationalities, insist that the Nigerian Federation must be restructured to engender political stability, economic progress, and social harmony in the country.
President Buhari, while speaking through his representative Mohammed Shehu during the launch of Kudirat Abiola Sabongari Zaria Peace Foundation in Kaduna State, noted that advocates of a restructured federation were only chasing shadows and seeking political relevance.
If you ask about 10, 20 different Nigerians what is their idea of restructuring, you find that they have no idea what they are talking about. Some of them have not even studied the 1999 Constitution.
President Buhari's representative at the occasion, who is Executive Secretary of the Revenue Mobilization, Allocation and Fiscal Commission, advised protagonists of a restructured federation to rather champion the cause of an imperiled local government system that is left at the mercy of state governors.
What is most important now is how can the Nigerian state make local government functional.
In a swift response, South-South leaders at a recent meeting in Port Harcourt asked the president to restructure the Nigerian Federation in the collective interest of Nigerians. In a communique issued at the end of the recent meeting organized by the Savannah Center for Diplomacy, Democracy and Development in partnership with Agape Birthright, the South-South leaders urged the government of President Buhari to organize a national dialogue to pave way for the drafting of a people's constitution to replace the 1999 constitution, which they said was hurriedly put together by the departing military authorities during Nigeria's transition to democratic governance in 1999.
It's a military constitution where we, the people, never sat. So the constitution is premised on a lie. The first line is we, the people. So that constitution needs to be totally disregarded, deconstructed, and maybe reconstructed.
In recent years, Nigeria's corporate existence has been seriously threatened by insurgency in the northeast of the country, banditry and separatist movements, largely fueled by resentment against perceived injustice in the distribution of the nation's resources amongst its federating units. In restructuring the Nigerian Federation, justice advocates in the Niger Delta insist that all federating units be allowed to control resources generated in their respective states and develop economically at their own pace.
We've explained restructuring over and over and over again. When you take 13% of what is in my backyard and you keep 87%, you're stealing the 87% because the 100% initially is not even yours, it's mine. But now you're using some kind of constitution which really is not acceptable, has never been acceptable, will never be acceptable, to take 87% from me. And we are saying bring it back. That's restructuring.
When Niger Delta people say we talk about resource control, it is not against any Nigerian people. It's a position that our fathers have held. And what God has given to us, we should be allowed to benefit from it.
Other Niger Delta activists look forward to a restructured federation in which more powers and responsibilities are devolved from an overburdened center to the federating units to allow for governance efficiency. They argue that it will take a truly federal constitution to bring about good governance, which would ultimately address the challenges of national insecurity, political instability and economic underdevelopment.
If they say that those who are talking about restructuring don't know what they are talking about, please go to the first page of the manifesto of the APC. On the very first page of that manifesto, they pledged to restructure Nigeria, their word.
There will be a federal constitution that will guide all the states. Then each state will also have its own constitution. It is in those states which are the documents of union by the ethnic groups in the state that all these problems will be addressed after restructuring has started.
Over the past 8 months, agitations for a restructured Nigerian federation have intensified with a demand for the operation of fiscal federalism by state governors in Nigeria's South-South geopolitical zone at their November 2020 meeting in Port Harcourt.
It is time to restore our country back to a true federation with all the attributes and nuances of a federal state. There should be a balance between the center and the federating states. Revenue sharing will be based on the principle of derivation, and the states will have the powers to create and manage their local governments. Because all these were jettisoned, creating a powerful center, controlling and distributing all the resources, most often unevenly, there are now strong desire that we need to restructure the country in order to guarantee peace, security, stability, and progress.
At an enlarged forum of Southern governors in the month of May this year in Asaba, the Delta state capital, the state chief executives made the following observation, quote, "The progress of the nation requires that urgent and bold steps be taken to restructure the Nigerian Federation to better evolution of state police, review of revenue allocation formula in favor of subnational governments, and creation of other institutions which legitimately advance commitment to and practice of true federalism," unquote. In the campaign for a restructured federation and the practice of true federalism in Nigeria are major ethnic nationalities including Pandef, Ohaneze Ndigbo, Afenifere, the Middle Belt Forum, and the Arewa Consultative Forum, which plans to sponsor a bill on restructuring in the National Assembly. They all want the federal government to act in accordance with the yearnings and aspirations of the majority of Nigerians seeking a better governed country with a restructured federation.
Inside the Niger Delta,